In our daily lives, we often seek to understand what is right and wrong, what is pleasing and displeasing. But that's not always easy, right? Of course, we all grow and learn through our culture what may be right or wrong to do. But there are situations in life that put us to the test. And to help us with this task, the Word of God brings great teachings. When it comes to our relationship with God, understanding what He detests can guide us in living a life that aligns with His will. Proverbs 6 verses 16 to 19 offers a clear list of 7 things that are detestable to God. These verses not only reveal what God hates, but also provide us with valuable insights into the behaviors and attitudes we should avoid. After all, we shouldn't just do something. Sometimes by not doing something, avoiding it, we will already be working for a better world and for our relationship with God. Stay with me as we explore each of these 7 detestable things mentioned in the book of Proverbs, and to understand why they are so offensive to God and what lessons we can learn from them, helping you in this journey of renewal. Before we continue, I ask you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new video here on the channel. Here you will always find curious and intriguing themes with explanations and biblical references. Don't forget to like and comment. And if you like the video, you can share it with someone who might also like this biblical knowledge. Thank you so much. Why God hates certain things. It might seem paradoxical that God, who is often described as loving and merciful, would hate anything. However, understanding why God detests certain behaviors helps us grasp His nature more profoundly. God's hatred is not born of the emotions that we humans experience. Rather, it is a divine expression of His perfect justice, holiness, and love. These detestable actions and attitudes go against the very fabric of His righteousness and goodness. God's hatred of these things is not personal, but principled. They undermine the well-being of His creation and the harmony He desires for us. When God expresses hate for certain behaviors, it is because they cause harm, promote injustice, and lead people away from His truth. In this sense, God's hatred is a protective measure for humanity, steering us away from self-destructive paths and towards a life of love, justice, and truth. Of course, many may disagree with me at this point. After all, we all have a perspective and opinion to give, whether it is right or wrong. Mine is constructed through what I read from the Bible. I avoid expressing what is in my mind, as the Word of God is properly based on the book we know, the Bible. Proverbs chapter 6 verses 16 to 19 gives us a clear list of behaviors that God finds detestable. These are not arbitrary dislikes, but are rooted in actions and attitudes that disrupt the order, peace, and righteousness He desires for His creation. Let's delve into each one with detailed explanations and relatable examples. 1. Hottie eyes. Haughty eyes refer to a proud or arrogant attitude. This kind of pride looks down on others and elevates oneself unjustly. It is an attitude that dismisses others' worth and promotes selfishness over humility and service. For example, a person who constantly boasts about their achievements and belittles others' efforts demonstrates haughty eyes. This arrogance can create a toxic environment, discouraging teamwork and cooperation. And we can find it in the Bible as, "Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall." Proverbs 16 verse 18. 2. A lying tongue. A lying tongue represents deceit in speech. It includes all forms of dishonesty, whether through outright lies, exaggerations, or half-truths. Lying undermines trust and damages relationships. For example, an employee who lies about completing a project on time, thus affecting the entire team's schedule and credibility. And we can find it in the Bible. The Lord detests lying lips, but He delights in people who are trustworthy. Proverbs 12, verse 22. 3. Hands that shed innocent blood. This phrase speaks directly to violence and murder. God values life immensely, and the shedding of innocent blood is a grievous sin against His creation. For example, acts of terrorism, murder, and any form of violence that harms innocent people fall under this category. And we can find it in the Bible as, "You shall not murder," Exodus 20, verse 13. 4. A heart that devises wicked schemes. A heart that devises wicked schemes refers to planning or plotting evil. This includes any form of premeditated harm or deceit intended to hurt others. For example, a person who plans to defraud someone else for financial gain exemplifies a heart that devises wicked schemes. And we can find it in the Bible as, "They conceive trouble and give birth to evil. Their womb fashions deceit." Job 15, verse 35. 5. Feet that are quick to rush into evil. This describes eagerness to participate in sinful or harmful activities. It's the willingness to engage in wrongdoing without hesitation. For example, joining in gossip, participating in illegal activities, or quickly agreeing to unethical plans. And we can find it in the Bible. "Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood." Isaiah 59, verse 7. 6. A false witness who pours out lies. This involves lying about others, particularly in a legal context. Giving false testimony can destroy lives and reputations and is a serious violation of justice. For example, someone who lies in court to wrongfully convict an innocent person or protect a guilty one. And we can find it in the Bible as, "You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor." Exodus 20, verse 16. 7. A person who stirs up conflict in the community. This is about those who cause discord and division among people, especially within a community or group. God values unity and peace, and those who sow discord work against these values. For example, spreading rumors or fostering hostility between friends or community members to create factions. And we can find it in the Bible. "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God." Matthew 5, verse 9. These 7 detestable things represent behaviors and attitudes that are fundamentally opposed to God's nature and His desires for humanity. By understanding and avoiding these, we align ourselves more closely with the principles of love, justice, and righteousness that God champions. With this 7 things that are detestable to God, we find a call to examine our hearts and actions deeply. Each of these behaviors, haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community, reveals a deeper issue within the human spirit. They are not just isolated actions, but manifestations of a heart turned away from God's love and righteousness. God's desire is not to condemn us, but to draw us closer to His perfect love and grace. By recognizing these behaviors in our own lives and turning away from them, we open ourselves to the transformative power of God's forgiveness and guidance. This journey requires humility, honesty, and a willingness to change, but the reward is a deeper, more fulfilling relationship with our Creator. Let us strive to embody the opposite of these detestable things: humility, truthfulness, purity, integrity, righteousness, honesty, and peacemaking. In doing so, we not only align ourselves with God's will, but also bring healing and harmony to our communities. Remember, God's love is boundless, and His mercy is always available to those who seek it. May we all walk in His light, guided by His wisdom, and be instruments of His peace. If you like this video, I recommend you watch the video that is appearing on the screen. See you there.